Bellator canceled their show in Mohegan Sun. UFC went along with their show, and people were talking about, about the lack of crowd, whatever it is, and not having a crowd. Because there was a moment there where Bellator was not going to have a crowd, and we were going to still do our fights. But then the morning of, there was so much going on. What the president was going to announce and things like that, plus the Mohegan Sun, the tribe, and the state. And so they went through a lot of stuff to talk about this. There was a lot of things that went through. Obviously, it wasn't just like, oh, yeah, fuck it, let's just cancel the fights. It was not that.
No, there's a lot of thought behind it.
But I wanted to we were going to talk about this. Obviously, it's such an important issue to talk about. For fighters, the young fighters, I feel like maybe I'm wrong. I mean, if you guys are at home, maybe you guys are listening, you're thinking, man, this guy's full of shit. I think for the guys that don't have a lot of fights, that are just coming into the bigger shows, it makes it easier for them to fight in front of nobody, because they've been fighting in front of nobody for the fucking probably last 3 or 4 fights.
Exactly.
They've been fighting the fairgrounds, right? For like in front of maybe 500 people.
You're taking a major element of what a fighter has to mentally deal with, and you're taking it away from them so they don't have to deal with it. That makes it easier when you are the new guy coming in with no experience, especially in that promotion, whether it's that promotion or Bellator or wherever. That first fight, I don't care how good you were at another promotion. Mm-hmm. That first fight that you have at your new promotion, there's some nerves involved, and you're wanting to perform well, and it's not easy. It's a difficult situation, and it takes experience to get yourself through that.
Yeah.
And when you're talking about a young guy coming into that promotion for the first time, and if you get a choice between having that big crowd and having no crowd, one's going to be a whole lot easier for you to deal with.
Yeah. No, I agree.
That's the way it is.
But I also think that it doesn't favor the guys that are at the top of the echelon.
No, it doesn't, because it takes the energy away.
Yeah, the guys that I pointed this out was Emmanuel Sanchez, and I think I feel like even with Charles Oliveira tonight, like he is seems like someone who feeds off the energy. Some of his past walkouts, he opens his arms up to the crowd. He feeds off that. Those kind of guys that come out, like if Israel Adesanya came out and would do like a walkout like he normally does, and there's no one there.
There's no one there.
Yeah, it's just, it takes away the energy of guys like that. You know what I mean? Like if you took a Yoel Romero, he would be fine, because Yoel Romero fights his way no matter what. And I think also too, he's fought in other countries where there was like maybe only 100, or not fought, but wrestled in other countries where there's only like maybe 100 people in there, if that, and he's wrestled with some of the best guys in the world. So I think it's different for every fighter. They just probably tune back into when it used to be. But I get like guys like Patricio, guys like Oliveira, I think Johnny Walker, he fights off the crowd as well. I think there's certain guys that do it, and I think that we saw I thought we saw some great fights today. With no crowd. I thought we saw that. I thought we saw a great I thought we saw some better judging than sometimes in some close fights. I thought it was a lot. It gave the judges a better opportunity to hear, and I think not be distracted by all the things going on around them. They were
just have more information.
Yeah, they're human. They're human like the rest of us. So there's a distraction of that to us would be a distraction to them as well. No matter how focused they are on the fight. I wanted to make sure everyone understood that it's what a dynamic. It's so hard for fighters to turn a switch on and off. And Rashad Evans said this years ago. He said, there's times that I just fucking show up to the arena and I don't want to fucking fight. I don't want to be here. He's like, it was just important for me to go out there no matter how bad I didn't want to be there and still get the win. And I talk about that all the time. I'm like, man, there was plenty of times where I just did not want to be at the venue. I was like, man, I'd love to fight. I was a kid that just loved to fight. A kid, and then a teenager. When I finally if I ever did grow up an adult, and
that's
I just
never happened even to this point.
I just love it. Shut up, podcast Dave. No, I loved fighting, and so. But I was a fighter that fed off the crowd. That's why I loved fighting in San Jose. When they offered me fights outside of San Jose, I was like, yeah, fuck that. I'll wait till the next San Jose show. I have no desire to fight somewhere else.
Well, you're bringing up, let's take a look at the person you brought up. Mm-hmm. Rashad Evans, most people don't even remember, Rashad was part of season 2 of The Ultimate Fighter. And he's the perfect example when I talk about what this entire situation is. He was part of Rich Franklin's team for season 2 of Tough. And he was considered one of the worst guys. Okay, just flat out. Now, he won it, but in the beginning, I'm being honest, Matt Hughes, as the opposite coach, was able to pick whoever he wanted to have his guys go against. And you could make the same guy fight after fight after fight.
Yeah.
It didn't have to be, he fought, now you have to have everyone else fight, and then you can pick him again. And the perfect example of this is they watched Rashad in the gym practice, and he's not a great practice guy as far as at that time. He would go through the motions and everything, but he was not that impressive when he was in practice. But when you put him under the lights, he performed.
Yeah.
And the guy that, Matt had on his team was a guy named Mike Whitehead.
Yeah.
In the gym, everybody knew Mike Whitehead, and you could take whoever was the world champion at that time, and in the gym, Mike Whitehead would give that champion fits. He would pick him up, slam him down, grind him out.
Yeah.
He just was a world beater in the gym. But when you put him under the lights, it all changed because of the pressure.
Yep.
And everybody deals with pressure differently. And, Rashad Evans became a champion because he was able to deal with pressure. He was good under the lights. He took the energy of the crowd and he made it become something that just elevated his performance. And there are guys that would love to do that. They just can't do it.
Yep. No,
mentally, it is something that's hard for them to deal with.
100% agree. Okay.